What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Danny the Bull, back with another live stream. It's been a tumultuous, volatile week in the world of crypto, but what's new? It's the world of crypto. Welcome to everybody. A lot to talk about. Bitcoin and the markets, doing their thing, and a move almost 20% to the downside on Bitcoin in the last week. Now, a bit of a resurgence. We'll talk about why that is. We'll talk about the Fed meeting today. We'll talk about a bunch of things in the news, along, of course, with some of our favorite alts, talk about what I've been buying. And, of course, let's talk about what you've been buying and hear all about the coins that you love. So first and foremost, as always, let's see who we got in the house as we wait for people to come in. First is Jordan Riz. What's good, Jordan? Let's go. I think this is the first time being first on a stream. Jordan says also, don't fade Epico up 20%. Gonna blast off soon, LFG. Yeah, for sure. Epico is something that I don't hold and own, but I think has the potential to do many multiples this cycle, coming off of just a $1 million market cap. And if you got in super early, you got in that sub $1 million market cap. So anything that cheap in the gaming sector has the potential to do many multiples. And Jordan is an Epico whale and bull. So I'm happy for you, my friend. I hope you do 100 to 1,000x on that one. Cool Mo in the house. What's good, Cool Mo? Channel member. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. SoCal, second to Jordan. Usually SoCal's first. But what SoCal always does is reminds everyone to like and share. So let's get that out of the way right now. G Money in the house. What's good, G Money? I haven't seen you in a live stream in a minute. Welcome, homie G Money. HG in the house. What's good? Justin in the house, channel member. Appreciate you, Justin. Marcus Jones in the house. What's going on? Uno Sean in the house. Sup, fam? Sup, Danny? That Palai whale crashing the price last night almost made me have a heart attack. Palai is on the agenda to talk about. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to star this and come back to this comment a little later. I definitely want to talk about Palai, one of the AI projects that I'm bullish on. Casper Jeremy, what's up? Mamai is looking beautiful. I'm one of the 5% wallets and holding strong. Beautiful. Good job, Jeremy. I like Mamai a lot. As I said in my last stream, I love the fact that it is memeable. It is a feel-good coin. It's for a good cause. It's research-based, trying to, conserve animals and bring the woolly mammoth back to life. And there's nothing more crypto than that. So we'll talk about Mamai also. It's been a little volatile today. A couple of dips on it, but it's bouncing right back up and showing some strength. And there's been a lot of, I think, rallying around this small coin, which is just at around $1 million market cap. So it's going to be really interesting to see where this is going. I got in early and I'm planning to hold. I don't plan to sell my Mamai tokens. Mamai. How do you pronounce it? Mamai or Mamai? I think it's Mamai tokens for a minute. I'm not going to, I'm holding that, and let's see where that one goes. But we'll definitely be talking about that. Look at the chart a little later. Base Lab in the house. What's good, homie? Spider Sense is real in the house. How you doing? Walls in the house. Walrus King, what's going on? Got you on Bluetooth headphones on the job. Nice. Multitasking. I like it, Walrus. That's how you get things done. DK in the house. What's going on, DK? Good 31 people here in the first 5 minutes. So we will get started. Where to buy Mamai and Palai? Pal AI. So you can swap Mamai in Quick Swap. in your MetaMask on the Matic network. Okay. So if you need help with that, SoCal, you can hit me up in the Telegram in the group chat, in the channel chat, and I'll help you through that. Palai is you have to swap on Uniswap on the ETH network. All right. So there's some gas fees involved there. I don't know what they're at right now. Yesterday, gas fees are relatively cheap, but Mai's on Matic network, so super easy, cheap to swap. But I will help you out if you just hit me up after the stream. And Marcus says, I bought some Wolf with balls last week. Nice. Glad to chat to fellow crypto degens. And only true crypto degens would talk about Wolf with balls. So, Marcus, glad to chat with you as well. Let's take a look at the markets first and foremost. And you see Bitcoin roaring back today. And yesterday I tweeted out all eyes on the Fed and Jerome Powell, and pay attention to his remarks because that's what the markets will be looking at. They're going to be looking at prospective rate cuts, whether he sounded bearish or bullish, and the market took his statements and sentiment as bullish, all right, or dovish, as they say. And you see the price reflected in the chart here. This is 12:30. This is, let's see. This is around when he started talking. All right, Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman. And you see after he finished, Bitcoin took off. So now does this mean that this downtrend is completely over? No, it doesn't. Maybe we're range bound for a bit. Maybe we dip back down. Short term, it's looking pretty bullish on chart. And here you see that nice dip around 16% in the last week. So it's important to note that every dip this cycle, and this one was expected by many, right? We've talked about it here. Many talked about the pre-halving dip. Historically, it happens, and it's healthy to happen. It's healthy to have these dips when you have these strong run-ups. Nothing goes straight up forever. The market needs time to digest these moves, and it's good to build out some consolidation, go sideways. And so we had this dip, much of it caused by, where is it? Not this, or this. Here we go. GBTC outflows, right, which hit the highest ever. We saw a bunch of GBTC outflows, I think, back in January after the spot ETF was approved. And this is, outflows from GBTC due to the high fees and the ETF competition. So a record number of outflows in one day from GBTC, which put a bunch of downward pressure on the price of Bitcoin. We're seeing the ETFs and this whole, story play out, and how much it's controlling the market for better or for worse. It's for better when the price is up, right? So what happens next, we'll see, but it's good to get some green back on the board. And it was good to hear Fed Powell sound dovish, because this is going to have a big impact on, where these markets go in the next year or so. And in his talk, Jerome Powell talked about interest. They paused interest rates, right? Which was expected, but they indicated that, this is key right here, they still expect 3 rate cuts this year. All right. So the expectation is that there will be multiple cuts. We'll see if it actually happens. A lot depends on inflation, jobs, etc. But maybe in June. It's not going to happen in May. I don't think that's the next time they meet. Maybe in June, we get that first rate cut. And we'll see how the market digests that. Historically, markets go down on rate cuts. You'll see a lot of that news, how markets crash oftentimes by 40% after there's a rate cut. But that's because historically, a rate cut only comes after the Fed has broken the market, right? If they keep interest rates up too high and they break the market and they do damage to the economy and the jobs sector, and they force a recession, then they're forced to cut rates. And so historically, you've seen markets dump on a rate cut. But if they achieve a soft landing this time, which means that they don't break the economy and they manage to tame inflation and get interest rates back down, I think that'll be seen as a good thing by the markets and hopefully kick this thing into another gear and really fuel crypto. And it's an election year this year, so they have a tough job ahead of them because, there's going to be a lot of political pressure for them to keep the economy strong, keep markets healthy, and juice them up. Maybe do a little money printing also. So we'll see how it plays out. As far as today goes, it was dope. All right, but as far as market volatility goes, this is something that you have to get used to. You have to have a thick skin in crypto. If you can't handle the volatility to the downside, you're in for a rough haul. I think all of you, everyone who's been here, understands this. And it's kind of necessary. We love the volatility. The volatility of crypto is what makes people a lot of money. It's the volatility to the upside, right? It's those violent moves up. That's volatility also, right? But we like that volatility. But you can't have one form of volatility without the other. So you can't have those parabolic gains without having those shakeouts. And they don't call it a bull market for nothing. It's kind of like riding a bull, right? The bull will charge and be a raging bull and move full steam ahead. But along the way, it's going to try to throw you off of it. And that's kind of how these things work. So good stuff today. And we're going to see how it plays out, approaching in the next month or so, right? Around mid-April. So I think we're less than a month away from the halving. So everything is playing out as expected. And I kind of like when that happens because everything's playing out as expected, right? And we know what we expect in the next year. So a couple things I always like to highlight, bookmark interesting things that I see on Twitter. And Rect Capital is one that I follow and I like. And they've been talking about how Bitcoin will officially enter the danger zone, which is this part in orange, right? This is the quote unquote danger zone, which has historically, there have been pre-halving retraces, right, beginning in this danger zone. All right. And historically, they've been bigger. In the 2017 cycle, they were up to 40%, right? Big pullbacks. The space is maturing. This cycle, if you've been paying attention, every pullback has been around no more than 22% in the last few months. We had a flash crash a couple weeks ago. That was, I want to say, 10%. Rebounded swiftly. January, the pullback was 20%. Everything has been in the 20 to 22% range at most. And so my expectation with this one was, in my mind, I'd have a hard time seeing Bitcoin go below 59K, because that would put it in line with approximately a 20% pullback. We'll see where things go and if the worst of this dip is behind us. Typically, they could last a couple of weeks. Sometimes they last months. This has been now 1 week on this dip. And a little more data from these guys at Rect Capital, highlighting since the November 2022 bear market bottom, Bitcoin has experienced the following retraces. In February of 23, 21 days, 23%. May, April of 23, 63 days, 21%. So pullback and a lot of range bound, ranging within that area. Then July, September of 23, 63 days, 22% down. January, this is January 24. So this was the one that we experienced a couple months ago that I just referenced. 14 days, 21%. And now here we are. This is the fifth major retrace. And we'll see how long it lasts. So far, it's been 7 days, 16%. Here we go, 16%. And if it continues and we, pull back a little more, I think 59K is a reasonable expectation for how low we could go. But maybe now we just stay range bound. And maybe, the local bottom is in, and these ETFs, which, just give us all this increased demand for Bitcoin, make these retracements, not as deep and shorter in duration. So again, we'll see how it plays out. You can't connect the dots until you're looking backwards, and hindsight is everything. But the good thing is, when you can anticipate these things, when you can see them coming, you're mentally prepared for them. And I think everyone who's been paying attention was mentally prepared for this dip. All right. And it's not fun to experience. It always sucks to see the red, the brain reacts, right? But when you expect it, you're prepared for it. And there we go. Here's another interesting one from Rect Capital, just for perspective, that we are only 13 days after breaking our all-time highs for Bitcoin. All right. So about 2 weeks ago. It feels like a long time ago. It's only been 13 days. Historically, days to bull market peak after breaking all-time highs is between 266 to 315 days. So we are, historically speaking, if you're going by that, right, by that data, we're about 4.8% deep into this run if it plays out the same way. So this would put us into, the end of 24. And I do think that this run is accelerated, and I don't expect it to run deep into 2025. My expectation is that we run through the end of the year and peak then, but I'm open to all outcomes. But just keep in mind, we're in the shallow end of this water, right? Only 5% in. So we're going to age a lot over the next 6 months. Have patience. I think that's important, and anticipate the bumpy ride and the roller coaster ride, as Pixel put it, because that's exactly what it is. This is a bull market. All right. And we're here for it. So I'll talk a little bit about what I bought this week. I did some buying and talk about what you guys are buying and some of our favorite alts. But let me just jump back into the chat a bit before I move on. HG, not a small cap, but I bought some Chainlink. Chainlink's a blue chip and a good anchor for portfolios. Good stuff. Are you going to save some dry powder for possible ETH ETF rejection FUD? Good question. I'm not. So I typically, I'm pretty much, my bags are full, right? Pretty much. If I don't have dry powder left, and I have money set aside for like my vacations and whatnot for the summer. As I get money in, I'll put some aside. So yeah, but not particularly for the ETH ETF rejection, but for good buying opportunities. And I'm getting most of my liquidity right now from like selling SOL. When SOL hit over 200, but I've been selling SOL along the way, and I use that to fund my new purchases. And I'm not sure. I think that people are going to see this ETH ETF rejection coming, right? We're already seeing it. So I don't know if it's going to surprise anyone or cause a lot of FUD if people expect it not to happen. And I think people are starting to doubt the whether that this thing is actually going to happen. And I have an article somewhere. Let me pull it up. Here we go. If you didn't pay attention, didn't see it, hopes dim amid regulatory probe report. So the SEC is looking into the Ethereum Foundation, and they're reaching out to different companies who have done business with Ethereum Foundation. And ultimately, the writing is on the wall that they're trying to push back on this, maybe set ETH in their sights insofar as it, being deemed a security. And so you see these headlines now. In March, the ETF is scheduled. The last deadline is May. I think if everyone expects that ETH isn't going to get approved, then I don't think that there'll be a lot of FUD come May, right? So I think that if everyone was expecting it to get approved and prices and the markets priced that in and they were blindsided, then I think, yes, it would sell off. Maybe ETH doesn't run as hot ahead of the ETF. And if ETH does run hot ahead of it and it fails to happen, maybe you get a sell-off there. I don't necessarily at this point think that it will cause a whole market issue because Bitcoin drives the market, right? Bitcoin is big daddy of this market. It's big daddy Bitcoin. It's the king, and Bitcoin drives the market. And the Bitcoin ETF has already been approved, and it's already fundamentally changed not only the narrative, but the whole game in terms of Bitcoin and subsequently alts, right? Because Bitcoin leads everything. And so I'll watch it as it unfolds. Right now, I'm not worried about it. Bitcoin was the big one. ETH, to me, was the cherry on top. But it's interesting to note that the market isn't freaking out over it, right? So if you go back a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whenever, and if talk about the SEC went after Ripple, went after, all these coins, and there was this regulatory cloud hanging over the space. People are kind of shrugging off the SEC now and what they're doing. And I think that's in part due to their losses, right? They won on Library, but they also lost on Library. In terms of Library being traded on in markets, right? That wasn't classified as security. They lost a huge points on the Ripple case. And so I think the SEC is kind of being shrugged off a little right now, which is a good thing. And we'll see how it plays out. Something to watch. I'm not really worried. I think what's going to be more consequential at that time, in June, you got the rate cuts. That's to me is something that the markets are going to react to, because I think as of right now, markets are pricing in a June rate cut. And if the Fed, pivots and pushes things, kicks the can down the road in terms of rate cuts, that will get priced in, and that'll get priced in negatively, I think. Right. So we'll see where things go post-halving. In my mind, this will be decided and known. The outcome of this will be, anticipated before it happens. And all eyes, I think, might be on the June prospective rate cut. So we'll see how it plays out. Either way, I don't try to I'm not moving in and out of position based on these things. And I'll always try to have some dry powder on the side as money comes in for buying opportunities. Because the thing is, you don't know when they're going to happen. You could get flash crashes in crypto, right? They just happen. And so you can get a flash crash on a coin like Palai that Sean mentioned. I think it was Sean earlier who mentioned the Palai dip yesterday. That dropped 33% in a hot minute, a whale sold. And so that's what I keep dry powder on the side for good opportunities. Curious George is that if the halving hits on 420, that's a good idea. That's funny. Colin, what's up? Tell social homie to join the Mamai Discord. Yeah, SoCal. Outlook on Devve. Yeah, I like Devve. My outlook on Devve hasn't changed. That's actually something I bought. My Devve bags are packed. My brother-in-law, my father-in-law, and my brother all asked me to help them invest. And they wanted to buy stuff on Coinbase. I told them your best stuff, if you want to, make bigger moves, to buy the stuff that's not on Coinbase yet. And so one of the things that I've been buying, I bought all three of them, Devve. And Devve was looking stronger on chart before this whole shakeout happened. It was kind of showing more strength in this upper range. But then this shakeout happened and it dumped down. My thesis on it hasn't changed. 8.5 million TPS transactions per second, supposedly the highest. It's like almost 3x what Tectum is proven to do. ESG compliant, which is important, especially when you're talking about, regulation. Not only that, but government adoption and just adoption in general. So they're going live soon with a bunch of things. This has only been out since February 8th, and it immediately did a 4x. So patience is key for Devve, in my opinion. Many of us watched Mcade go sideways for seemingly what felt like forever. And that's how I kind of feel with Devve, is that we're watching it go sideways. It's not really showing a lot of strength. And just when it looks like it might break out, it dumps back to, $1.30 or whatever. But I think it'll have its time. And I think that once it breaks $2, it's going to go. And I expect it to it has the potential to get to a good market cap. And I bring, Mcade up as an example of just the psychology of holding some of these coins. When you start doubting them when they're in this range for a prolonged period of time, and prolonging crypto is 2 months. If you buy something and in crypto it goes sideways for 8 weeks, but some other things are going up, you feel like you're holding a shit coin, right? Or stable coin. And Mcade was doing that. Mcade was just range bound, constantly selling off into the lower penny range. People were questioning it, but look at it since it's made its move. It's been holding this 2 cents well. And really, I think Mcade held up really well during this big dip. All right. I mean, it had gone up to like almost 3 cents. So there was a natural sell-off there. Right. But it dipped just under 2 cents for a little while, but it bounced right back up. It's above that support and still holding strong. So I look at like when I think of Devve, I'm reminded of, Mcade and how that went sideways. Sometimes you got to have patience. My thoughts on Devve have not changed. My MCP points and level are all gone. App says MCP reset. I don't know about that. Pixel in the house. What's good? Got 1 million Mamai on Matic. Nice. Was that the airdrop? And we'll pull this up. I want to talk about a bunch of things. Palai and some other AI coins, because AI is not going anywhere. And there's a new coin I bought this week, $6 million market cap. If you're in the Telegram, if you're a channel member and you're in my private Telegram, I talked about it a little there. And if you're in Ron's Telegram, I talked about it there. I'll talk about that in a little while. But here's Mammoth AI, which had a big run up, more than 10x. I think a 12x at one point. Dumped off hard earlier today. guess someone sold a bunch. Bounced right back up. Another sell-off, but you see big green candle afterwards. So trying to get back to 001. This is now just under $1 million in market cap. I think that Mcade has the ingredients, like I said earlier, to be a fun project that has the ability to put in some X's. We'll see how it works out. But shout out to the team. They just got, listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, I believe. So now you can track the token price. And at some point, it should sync up with your MetaMask wallet so that you can track the price in there and on CoinStats or wherever. But a lot of people have been interested in getting in on Mcade. With these small tokens, they're often very volatile, right? Like, now's a good time to bring up Palai. And Paladin AI, which is one that I've been talking about on stream for a while, bought this back when it was like a $1 million market cap. Ron brought this out in the group super early on. So when it first came out, we were on this one. And if you look at Palai, it has these sell-offs, and it had this big sell-off yesterday, down 33% in like a minute, but it got bought right back up and went down to 8 cents. Bought right back up. So if you're interested in these small caps, I'd advise to watch them and, keep them on your watch list. Pay close attention because they are prone to dips. They're volatile, and you can get in on a good price. But just to bring up Palai, I'd bookmarked a couple things on it. So first and foremost, the reason for its latest resurgence, and keep in mind that the market has been down. So many coins have been down, but Palai is around its all-time high, right? Because I think that there's a lot of positive sentiment around it and people are buying it up. One of those people is Alex Becker, whose wallet was doxxed, and he was shown to hold the token. So that caused like a good 30 to 40% uptick on it. I'm looking for a specific tweet, but Alex Crypto King is a guy. If you're interested in Palai, or if you hold the token, you should follow him on X because he's always putting out good information on the token. And some of the things I like about it, soon they're going to have a revenue share, and anyone who holds 50,000 tokens, which is quite a bit, if you got in early, 50,000 tokens might be rough mental math, like $6,000 worth, or maybe more, maybe $8,000 worth at current price. But anyone with $50,000 tokens is eligible for a revenue share. I think that's a weekly revenue share paid out in Ethereum. I'm not sure what their revenue stream is like. Palm AI does this also. And I think maybe Atstra, I'm not sure. But they've got the revenue share. They're an AI auditing technology. And here we go. Let's see. This is a good tweet talking about auditing in general. At first I was a little dismissive, or not dismissive, but didn't really understand maybe how much potential some of these AI projects have. But the demand is, I'm going to read this tweet. The demand is massive and every project is going to be audited, right, by things like Palai, if not Palai. So there are companies like Certic that do audits, but they don't do them easy and fast, right? Certic's doing $36 million in revenue. Palai has already done a ton of audits, and it's done them in like a matter of weeks. This is talking about Certic's valuation is $2 billion. Palai is valued at at the time of this tweet was $5.6 million, which I think now it's valued at about 12 million. So there's a lot to like about Palai. And I mentioned in my last stream, there was a token that a lot of people were in called OZK that rugged. And if you had plugged the contract into Palai, it would have told you that there was a vulnerability and advised you not to invest in it. So super interesting. They're also migrating or will be integrated on Solana, and that'll help with the gas fees, because right now it's super annoying that there are gas fees to swap in ETH because it's only available on Uniswap. So there's that. We got a new channel member. Is that, let's see. Oh, SoCal, you're already a channel member. I guess your membership expired and you re-upped. But I expect AI to continue to rip during this cycle. If you pay attention to news cycles, pay attention to NVIDIA, pay attention to the whole technology sector, right? AI is not going anywhere. It'll have its ebbs and flows, but it's here to stay this cycle. And at first, I jumped on gaming early, and I was like, because I understand it more. It's a little harder for me to understand, like to differentiate between AI projects. And so I was a little slower to jump on AI projects. But once it clicked, I've been jumping on AI projects, and many of them are going to get to billion-dollar market caps. I don't know if Palai is one of those, but at a $13 million market cap, even if it got to a $200 million market cap, which I think is easily achievable in a proper bull run, you could see a good 20x. So let me jump back into the chat a little, and I want to talk about a couple of the other tokens that I bought, but I want to see what you guys got going on here. Let's go, bro. Welcome to the Mamai fam. Absolutely. Mark, what's your price prediction for Mcade? So I don't know about 2025, but I'll say this cycle, I don't do price predictions. I've learned from my experience, when you do a price prediction, you box yourself in and you psychologically kind of like get married to that outcome, or you wait for it. So I'm not predicting anything. I think in terms of possible outcomes. And I often show this color-coded chart, and I shared this in my channel membership Telegram today, and then Ron's also. And I'll be adding to it as I go and sharing here. But for Mcade, originally my targets were, $500 million market cap. I wasn't sure if they'd be able to set themselves apart. As things are progressing, and I'm seeing the moves that they're making and the strength of their community, I think that there is a good chance that Mcade sets themselves apart from other gaming projects. The addition of Jamie King, one of the founders of Rockstar Games, along with all the other things that they're doing, the tournaments coming on board, marketing. I wouldn't be shocked to see it get to $1 billion market cap. So, I think in terms of base, bear, bull case scenarios, I can see it getting to $1 billion, even $2 billion market cap, which put it between 65 cents to $1.30. It could go higher, right? A lot of these gaming coins, I think, will put in higher market caps than 2 billion. Could go lower. Maybe it doesn't set itself apart as much as Naka, but I think that I look at it, I'm paying attention to Naka, and if you and then price Mcade accordingly. I think that Mcade has a good chance to compete with the bigger gaming projects. So I don't have a prediction on it, but I have a range of thoughts, and they range, right? But I could definitely see like 65 cents, a dollar. But we'll see what the market tells us. Ultimately, our predictions don't matter. And the thing why I'm not making predictions anymore is because if you paid attention last cycle, everyone's predictions were wrong, including my own. And I made mistakes by marrying ideas. I married the idea that Bitcoin would get to $100,000 last cycle. I thought we had a super cycle. I married the idea of Ethereum getting to 10K, at least 7K. I thought it would hit $1 trillion. I married the idea that OMI would get back over a penny. And I was wrong on those things. And so what I've learned is not to box yourself in with a prediction or an outcome. Take what the market gives you, follow things, and as things progress, we're going to get more and more of an idea of the potential of some of these coins. All right, so we'll stay tuned, keep a watchful eye on it. That's my answer / non-answer, Mark. I'm looking long-term, so volatility won't shake me. Yeah, correct. And that's exactly it, right? You have to look long-term. Unless you're a trader, the volatility doesn't matter. And for me, I don't trade the volatility because it's too unpredictable. If I had sold expecting the market to correct, which it did correct, right? But if I sold out of a bunch of my positions with the expectation that Bitcoin and the rest of the market would go down, I would have been correct. But if this is now the recovery already, and I missed the recovery, I'm not a trader. So I don't try to do things that are outside of my wheelhouse or outside of my skill set, because ultimately it just messes with me psychologically, gives me undue anxiety, and creates some bad habits for myself. So I don't try to time markets, move in and out. I understand my skill set, my psychology, and what my goals are. And my strategy is to accumulate and hold and then DCA out once, my cousin who knows nothing about crypto is telling me that he wants to buy in, August, September, whatever. I'm going to be selling to him. I'm going to be telling him to maybe sit on the sidelines. But that's my strategy. Added to my Palai, yes. Added to the Palai bag on the pullback. Thanks. DK jumped on it. I put out the notification in the. I happened to see it. I just happened to see the big, dip down, and I put it in the chat. Palai just dumped hard, and DK jumped on it. So good job being quick. I couldn't ask for a better community to be in for the bull. Absolutely. I love it. Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun to experience this bull run with all of you guys, specifically because many of you, we've been here, right? We've been through it. We've been through the bear market. We stayed in touch. Many of us came from the OMI community. And, now a lot of people have, gotten outside of their comfort zone and explored other alts to take advantage of what's, being given to us. And Justin, I absolutely cannot wait to experience this bull run with all of you. Just bought some Epico using Coinbase Wallet. Nice, SoCal. That's until we all fight when the selling begins. We have a lot of the same coins. And that's the thing. I think now, though, everyone understands. I think in your first cycle, if you're part of a community, you have this thing where, if you sell, you're paper handing, right? Your first cycle, that paper handing mentality is real. Your second cycle, I think you understand how this works. I think you understand that you've bought coins at cheap prices with the intention to sell them at higher prices. And we all have the same game plan. I will be selling out of everything this cycle. And I'll leave moon bags, right? I'm not going to sell out I'll likely not sell out of everything, but the majority of my stuff is getting sold because that's why I bought it. So no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. Curious George, be at bars every night, shilling my tokens. Pumping your bags. Would it be ethical to have a dump party stream during peak euphoria to welcome new retail money to the party? It's going to be funny. It's going to be interesting. For me, I think about that, how my streams are going to shift. Right now, a lot of my streams are centered around what I'm buying. And peak bull, a lot of newcomers are going to be looking to watch the channel to see what to buy. And I might just be talking about what I'm selling. So we will see. Super chat by Justin. Thank you. Omi was the Pepsi that brought us all together. Yes. So even if Omi doesn't do huge multiples, it was the conduit to a lot of people that I've met. So I'm grateful. Bitcoin to 360K this cycle. I don't think so. I think that's overly optimistic. I think my base case Bitcoin is 100 to 150. Not my base case. It's my bull case. Sorry. My base case would be, 90s, just missing 100. Bull case, which I think the bull case plays out 100 to 150. I think it breaks six figures. But I know a lot of smart people who think that Bitcoin will go to, 250 based off of the ETFs and the strength and the buy pressure on there. Any word on getting Mammoth on stream? Yes. Adam is going to come on stream. We've DM'd, and yeah, I'm going to get him on stream. Absolutely. I'm also going to have Kari on stream, the project manager for Mask, for those of you who like Mask, which Mask has been underperforming a lot of tokens. Crypto-themed dispensary would go unnecessary hard. Doge Nation, what's your favorite shitcoin? My favorite shitcoin, I'm not great at the meme game. So I had a bag. I had Taylor Swift's cat, Benji, which did a 25x in 2 days for me. So I tried to ride Dibbles. And Dibbles, I had like a good 20x on Dibbles, but it dumped off. But now it's a little green today. So I'm hoping that Dibbles makes a resurgence. It's I want to say it's like a $25,000 market cap. That's Taylor Swift's cat. That's her favorite cat, Dibbles. Otherwise, Cock Inu is my main meme coin. And I think that's going to go to, I've been holding that from like a $40 million market cap or something, maybe less my initial buy, but I added to it. Otherwise, I don't really play with the memes. I think that Mammoth AI is a coin that has meme potential. And let's just check the price now. It's got that meme potential, but it's not a shit coin. It's real project manager trying to do real good. So that's what I've got. That's my my ultra small cap. Another ultra small cap is Skypath, which has been beaten down a lot, and has, I want to say, Skypath might have a really small market cap right now. $360,000, really beaten down, starting to come back a little. That might be a good buy, and that's not a shit coin. That's a real product behind it, and it's kind of like, for me, high risk, high reward. All right, I don't really dabble. Sometimes I'll degen in the shit coins, but I'll look to these people who know what they're doing to guide me. OG Vault's in the house. He re-entered Miro today, up 15% so far. Good job. I think this time is different, Vault. I think that meme season is going to come and go. And so in last cycle, I think this time is different. Last cycle, and I think that's because of Solana. Last cycle, meme season came at the end, right? So it was, Bitcoin, ETH, alt, meme season, NFTs. This cycle, we're seeing the memes pop off intermittently. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're so easily produced on Solana. And you're seeing Solana volume, which has overtaken ETH's volume, driven in large part by a lot of these meme coins. A lot of the DEX volume being driven by meme coins. They're so cheap and easy to create, and then they just go, viral within communities. And so I think this cycle will be different. You're going to have intermittent meme coins, and stupid things like Elizabeth Horan are going to do great, which is why I'm holding on to my Dibbles. And I was in the middle of the stream, and my brother was texting me, how's Dibbles doing? Because it did like a 20x, and whatever it is, he put in one soul at $140 and it went to $3,000. And he's like, should we sell? And I was like, dude, it's only like $100,000 market cap. I was like, if it goes to like a $10 million market cap, then you'll have like $30,000, whatever it was. And so he held and it dumped. But that's the game we play. Yeah, we'll see. NS said he bought Devve. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you guys about what I've bought this week. I bought more LAI. Oh, got a super chat. What do I think about Miro? Yeah, I think that, let me pull it up. Here we go. $250 million market cap. I think it's going to do well. Let me just see something. Sorry. Like I said, meme coins aren't going anywhere. I can see it getting to, $1 billion market cap. It's a meme, so it's going to be volatile, but it's not going anywhere. Solana's not going anywhere. Solana memes are not going anywhere. And so it'll be volatile. And the thing is that a lot of these coins take many moves up to get to the $1 billion valuation, right? And if you look at, Bonk did it off the strength of the Binance listing. But you see, like it had a move up, an initial move up. Then it had a big push up, profit taking, another push up, and then that big push up, right? And I think that people are going to look to make money in memes. They're fun, and they'll continue to play a role, an increased role, I think, this cycle. So I think that Miro will continue to go up, as will, Kakinu, which, here we go. I mean, recently hit a new all-time high, cooled off, but it's going to take multiple pushes up. I expect this, this is at a similar market cap to Miro. I expect it to also get to $1 billion market cap. And the thing with these coins is that, they're shit coins, but they can get to such high valuations, right? And, once they get on these Coinbase and Binance, and Coinbase lists these things, right? They listed Bonk. They have, Shiba's on there. Shiba got to a $40 million market cap last cycle. $40 billion market cap last cycle. Meme coins don't play by the same rules as other coins. And a lot of people make the mistake of comparing their coins to meme coins and saying Dogecoin, if Dogecoin got to a $70 billion market cap last cycle, why can't fill in the blank get to a $70 billion market cap? A lot of, OMI, whatever it is. A lot of people say this. If Doge did it, why can't these coins do it? And so those meme coins were meant to pump and get ridden up, and retail loves them. My niece texted me last week and said, I'm interested. She's never been interested in crypto ever. And she said, I'm thinking about getting into crypto. Should I buy some? I forgot the first coin she said. She said the first coin, then she said Shiba. And so the point is, they can get to remarkably high market caps. SafeMoon got to a $16 billion market cap last cycle. And, once the bull run really kicks in, it wouldn't surprise me to see some of these meme coins, get up there. I'll tackle some. I'm going to jump back up to the chat, but while we're on this topic of some of these memes, Dibbles is reptilian. That's funny. Bought some more cock while it was limp. This is the way, Josh. Meme cycle. OG Vault still has a bag of Dibbles too. And yeah, and Dibbles, if it doesn't go to zero, then there's a chance that it's going to come back. And, whatever. I put $140 into Dibbles. And I could have sold it at $3,000. I want to hit a home run on one. And I took profit on the other one. And so I already had some profit out of the memes. At 100, it got to $100,000 market cap. That's nothing. If one of these memes, takes flight, if like Benji goes to, and Benji got to a $20 million market cap. So if that Taylor Swift shit gets hot again, Benji goes to 20, 30 million and gains more steam on another leg up. And then, Dibbles catches fire again. It's just worth a hold and a punt on a very, very small bag, in my opinion. And with the expectation that it could go to zero, and I'm totally fine with that too. Cock Inu launched around an hour. Cock, not Inu. That's funny. Launched around an hour ago. There's also like mini Cock Inu. Team so incompetent, they failed to rug. I still have Benji, Meredith, Liv, and Dibbles. Yeah, let's get those cats going again, guys. How about all the airdrops we're getting from buying the Solana phone? Amazing, yeah. The airdrops have already paid. Yeah. So I'm happy that I bought that second Saga phone, but I should have cashed out. Let me see. Oh, no IQ is going back up. So they gave us some no IQ 50, whatever it's called. So I'm going to sell that. Why would you want to wrap your cock? Good question. So I did buy more LAI. And again, AI is not going anywhere. And last week I was doing some research. In my last stream, I talked about two coins that I bought: Mind, Morpheus Labs, and LAI. I since sold off my Morpheus Labs, my Mind token, and I sold it into LAI. All right, because what I didn't realize, and I don't know how I missed it, Mind is on its second cycle. I looked deeper into it. I liked LAI a lot more. And so I added to that bag. But if you're looking, and there are a bunch of good AI projects out there. If you're looking for one that looks promising, $23 million market cap, still super small. Look at the chart. It looks strong. Had a pump push up in February. So it did. And this came out back in March of 2023. Okay. So this came out this cycle, but like early cycle. Did its thing, came down. But in February, it went from a penny to, 3 cents. It did a 3x with that first push up. Then it did another push up to 4 cents. Then it did another push up to almost 9 cents. Came down, and now it's been in this range between 6 cents and 9 cents. I'd expect it to build out some consolidation in this range before making another move up. But if AI stays hot, I think LAI is going to make another move up, probably take out the previous all-time high of 12 cents at some point soon. And it's got the potential to run up. And what they're doing is it's a layer 2 AI platform that's looking to monetize people's data. So whatever, the technology, people aren't buying these things for the technology, by the way, right? We're buying things for the narrative and the story. Keep that in mind. If the technology looks good, that's great. And to me, the technology looks good. It's got a good story, a good narrative behind it. Monetizing. It's a dedicated blockchain network for data monetization, right? Which is, I think, something that people can latch onto in their minds, because we're used to companies like Meta, Google, Apple has better privacy policies now, but we're used to them taking our data and selling it, right? And making money off of our data. And what LAI is looking to do is allow people like us to make money off of our data. And that's through these NFT capsules and what they call a data economy. And so they do have an app that's available in the App Store on iOS, on Android. And so they have a working product. I'm not sure that their NFTs are live yet. Their data NFTs are live yet. They have an interesting concept and pretty strong, vibrant community. When you go in their Telegram, there are a lot of people in there. And last time I was there were about 2,000 people who were active. And so at a $20 million market cap, when I look at, as you get deeper into a run, it gets harder and harder to find coins that are at good market caps. I bought Atstra AI recently. That's at about a $30 million market cap or so. But a $23 million market cap is solid. And you look at something like AI tech, right, which I was talking about a lot early on, is now at $165 million market cap after selling off a good, I want to say it's still about 20 to 25% down from its top, its local top, which was about 45 cents, I want to say. So you see how high these things can run and how fast they can run. And I want more exposure to AI. I've added a lot of LAI. I've added a bunch of Atstra AI. And this week, I added a new coin called a new project, which gives me exposure to DPIN, which you hear a lot of people talking about DPIN, right, as a narrative. That's like infrastructure, which is very necessary, especially when you're talking about computation power and AI and stuff like that. You need infrastructure plays to help facilitate these things and build them out. It's kind of like the pick and shovel play for gold. And so I got my first DPIN, but it's a DPIN / AI project, $6 million market cap. And let me pull it up for you. Here it is. And if you're in the group, I told you about it. It's Node Synapse NS, empowering GPU node lending and renting. So basically, this is lending out power, right? Like computational, computing power, which is going to be a huge necessity as AI, really gets a foothold in society. Computing power is going to be, like the it's gonna be like it's energy. It's and it's oil. It's the new form of of oil and and energy. And so it's going to drive all these things. It's an infrastructure play. They have a revenue sharing model if you stake their tokens. what caught my eye, or who caught my eye was this tweet. And then I did some research. Let me see. Here, Gem Detector. He's always looking for new small caps. And he came across this, and I came across this, and then I did more research. So there are 2,500 holders right now. At the time of this tweet, it was $4.5 million market cap. I think right now it's at a $6 million market cap. 100% of the coin token in circulation, which I like. Not going to be dilution. Node Synapse offers the opportunity to purchase or lease servers, Web3 infrastructure, and GPU computing power via the Node Synapse dApp. So it's decentralized, and it's all about purchasing and leasing servers. Additionally, with new developments, you'll have the ability to lend your nodes through the dApps with no fees. Let me see what else. The team creates more utility with real-world use cases as the AI sector gains more ground. And you can stake your Node Synapse for revenue sharing. Token holders within the Node Synapse ecosystem can participate in revenue sharing initiatives. A portion of the platform's profits is allocated to token holders, fostering sustainable and mutually beneficial environment for the community. By holding NS, you earn free money. Always a perk. This tells you how to stake. And you see how well Render's doing, right? And Render is one of the big winners, and I missed out on Render. Render's one of the big winners, and that's basically what, Render, to my knowledge, is fuel. And for this, Web3 infrastructure. And here's another type play. So I like the sector. I like the narrative. I like the market cap. I like the tokenomics. They've got partnerships. I saw a couple tweets of some partnerships with other companies. So let me bring up the chart. This is what I bought this week. And again, it's going to get harder and harder to find small market cap plays. Where is it? Node Synapse. No, that's not it. Let me check here. It's not coming up. I got to find it. No. I don't know. For some reason, I can't find the chart. But if you're interested, look it up. People ask what I'm buying, what's a good small cap. And yeah, it's in. Let's pull up Render. Let's look for Render. Let's look at Render, what they do. Distributed GPU rendering on the blockchain, advancing the generation of rendering and AI technology. So yes, this is in the same field as Render. Now, whether or not they, gain the same, grow as fast, get the same partnerships, whatever. But to me, the narrative alone of, being in the same field and then being compared in terms of market cap to something like Render is dope. And Render's market cap is currently $4.5 billion. So the potential of a lot of these coins is strong, right? And that to me is part of playing the small cap game, is finding potential winners that could Now imagine buying render down here, or let's go. I'm not even further back at 10 cents, right? That's what I'm trying to do, is find these small caps that can get into the billions in market cap. I think that's what a lot of you guys are trying to do. That's why we're in Mcade and gaming, and that's why I'm in AI tech, and I'm hoping that Node Snaps continues to gain some traction. And I really want to pull up. Let me try to find the chart here. Here he is. All right. All right. So this came out just in March, on March 5th. So this is a brand new token. It's only 2 weeks old. As tokens do, it immediately ran up to 009. Did its sell-off thing. It went all the way down to 003 or 2, and it jumped back up that same day, I think. So I bought it on this day, but I didn't get this price. I got it a little higher. So we'll see. But yeah, in the same ballpark as render. Let me jump back up. Are you a fan of Animal? Possible to do good. I like the idea of Animal and Animal concerts, right? Of these concerts in the metaverse. But I don't own any. And that's just because I like these other sectors more. But what's the market cap like on Animal? Still small, I think. $100,000. It's crazy. Yeah. Animal looks interesting. I think Snoop Dogg might be partnered with them, but he's partnered with everyone. It'll depend on how much. I think it'll depend on what they're able to do in terms of getting people on board, and then what the metaverse narrative does. I don't know how well the metaverse does this cycle. Maybe it runs alongside gaming. But at such a small market cap on Animal concerts, if you're holding it, you could hit a home run on it. NS says Peng. I'm not familiar with Peng. I'll look it up. Making it so you need so much Palai to get revenue share is a very good thing. Wills, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Sean. Wills will buy as much as they need, and us small fish can eat the crumbs. And that's fine. If the price rides up because whales want to earn weekly ETH, then we all win. Lost my credit card in a bar. Had to cancel and get a new one. That sucks. Sorry, SoCal. DK says, please don't remind me about OZK. Yeah, OZK sucked. Kamani, Danny the Goat, appreciate that. I enjoy your videos, a great chat and educative. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Soft launch of Medicaid tournaments start next week. Yeah. Super interested to see where that goes. And what I really want from Medicaid, when I hope, and Russ said that they would do this, is have customizable tournaments. And I would love that. I would love to have a Danny the Bull invitational tournament for channel members with a prize pool where everyone puts up a certain amount of Medicaid and we all practice the game and the winner gets all the Mcade, and then it's community building, it's fun, and maybe you make some money off of it. And that, I think, will be dope for Medicaid. So I did, on the topic of Medicaid, here we go. What's this? So Russ Mcade is going to be joining Monstera Games, which is a platform, multi-chain NFT game, on Binance, right? They're doing a live video on Binance.com. So that's pretty cool. Dive deeper into the next frontier of gaming with industry experts from Meow Protocol, Mcade, and Polysport. That's pretty dope that they're on that panel. I wouldn't read too much to it and think that, when Binance. But pretty dope to see Russ getting out there, spreading the word. And then another partnership from Mcade with Aztec Metaverse. And you just see these partnerships coming in more and more, right? So I'd love to see them building. They're developing a robust ecosystem of games, a robust hub that, fans of those games, like I was talking about last stream, I think Wilder World has 150,000, followers on X. And now they're partnered, AAA game partnered with Mcade, bridging communities and, creating awareness for the platform, for the token. And so I have some more money to spend for my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, and I'm planning to buy them some more Mcade. All my coins are in the green today. I pity the fool that falls for their games. Let me check. I haven't checked my portfolio in over an hour. Yeah, it's holding up strong. Bitcoin is at almost 68K. So pretty dope. Nice. SoCal sold Illuvium 1K and got Pal AI. Welcome to the Pal AI family. Welcome back to the channel membership. If anyone wants to join the channel membership, it's $2.99 a month. That's a cup of coffee. And you get access to the private Telegram. We've got about 23 channel members, only about 13 active or join the Telegram. So if you're a channel member already, feel free to join the Telegram. I shared my spreadsheet today. Plan on sharing more and more spreadsheets and updating that spreadsheet, and always available to chat on there. Let's see. We went through some of this stuff. Chris Infinity, what's good? Did you ever look into MTLX? I did. Let me pull it up now. I want to say I did, and I don't remember. I think the same day I did, I found NS. So this is $19 million market cap. I need to do more research, buddy. It's a spin-off project from Fetch AI, founded by, that's pretty dope, who has deep knowledge of commodities. So this, being that it's coming from the FET looks interesting in and of itself. I'm curious why it dropped in March of 2023. I'm going to give it another look. I have it written down. Let me write it down again. And last time on stream, we talked about Fed AI, and I was meaning to go buy it, and I didn't, and then it went up like 100%. Let's look at Fed AI now. And Fed AI is like super small market cap too. I don't own this. This is under $2 million market cap. This was brought about by Ron brought this out in the Telegram. So if you're interested in joining Ron's Telegram, highly recommend it. A lot of people have made a lot of money off calls in there. I don't really know what Fed AI. I didn't give them a deep dive, but that market cap is super small. And it's an AI coin. Yeah, it's interesting that it's the same, that MTLX is the same team as Fetch. But I'm wondering, looking at the chart, why it hasn't taken off, with that narrative. Because, Fed has a $3 billion market cap, and it's been one of the leaders in this AI run so far. Man, Fed has been a monster. Look at that chart. That's crazy. But many of our charts are going to look like this, hopefully, in the next few months. It's going to be dope. Curious if you had a chance to check out Stacks. No, I didn't, man. It's up 50% today. Dope. I remember confusing that with the Bitcoin scaling solution. Stacks, the other Stacks. There's so many. I guess it's this one. Yep, up 50% today. Small market cap. Nice. Good job. Yeah, we answered this one. Anyone interested in Peak Big Deepin project? Due to launch in May. Airdrop available for minimum 2,000 crest holders. Nice. Mo Collections in the house. What's good? Just there. Let's see. Picked up more OMI today before everything went green. Nice. And you got the OMI still accumulating. Let's see what OMI's looking like. OMI's been struggling in this range over here. I think OMI to NFT may be coming in April. And hopefully that does something along with the halving for the OMI token. But, they just released their new article on season 2 of the bronze tickets. And, they're continuing to build. The question for them is how quickly they can execute, what token awareness they can build out, and how many, what exchanges are they going to get on. Look at Palm AI's support. No, hold up. Where's Palm? What is Palm doing? Here we go. It's the palm tree. Man. What a beast Palm has been. And Palm is like is a Telegram bot. And so, looking at Palai, I can see it getting, I can see it following this move up. The difference is that Palm got on Mcade, right? Pal is not going to get on Mcade or any centralized exchange anytime soon, I don't think. But still a super potential. Are you familiar with Silly Dragon, Silly on Solana? Just a meme now, but talks of utility with a mobile game. Followed by Solana co-founder. That's interesting. $33 million market cap. Now, G Money does these deep dives. He's in the Telegram. He's a channel member. And G Money's always coming. I think you talked about Brett on base super early. That's interesting. Silly. Here it is. Silly Dragon. $33 million market cap. Very nice. It's been around for a minute. High of 14 cents, which would put it, that's a 4x, which would be about $120 to $130 million market cap. Nice. Interesting that it's followed by, I guess, Raj. Would that be Raj, co-founder? Solana's a beast. I don't think we'll see OMI on any U.S. exchanges anytime soon. I happen to agree. I don't think OMI. I mean, there aren't many exchanges in the U.S. And I think that they are so scared of regulation that they're not going anywhere near the U.S. I think that's unfortunate now that BitForex is down and people don't have access easy access to OMI without paying those gas fees. We'll see. I want top tier exchanges for OMI. It's time, right? 5 years is time. And not like, it's nice to get the BitGet and whatever, but you want, KuCoin, you want those top 10, top tier, top 5 exchanges at some point. And we'll see what they do. Node AI with the ticker GPU. Yeah, I've seen GPU. I have noticed. $105 million market cap. It's done well. So look at this, a 5x from February 28th. So that's less than a month. It's done a 5x. And it's done really more than a 5x. It went up to $1.72. So what is that, like an 8x or something like that? These are the moves. AI is not going anywhere. They just had the NVIDIA conference over the weekend, and a lot of people thought that AI would sell off hard after the conference, that it would be like a sell the news event. And to me, I didn't think so. It's just because it's the strength and the narrative of AI isn't going anywhere. It's in all over, social media. It's all over traditional media. Everyone is talking about AI. It's revolutionizing our lives as we speak. My wife, who is not tech savvy at all, is now using it to write her emails and telling her friends all about it. And now they're using it, right? ChatGPT. And so it's starting to infiltrate our lives, and it's going to grow fast, and people are going to figure it out. And so the narrative isn't going anywhere. And these charts are going to continue to run up on AI. And it's just the way it is. So you position yourself in some strong ones and hold, and then sell when after things run up crazy. A lot of potential. I've been looking at Blender AI coins similar to Render. Only one I've seen that looks attractive to me so far. Nice. Let me look it up. Blender Network. $65 million market cap. Nice. Chart looks up and to the right. When did this come out? New, March 6th. So they launched then at a fairly high valuation, because they launched, it looks like, at $1.04, or now they're at $1.60. So they're up about 60%, which means they launched at about what is that? $40 million market cap. I'll keep an eye on it. The thing is, with crypto, if you're in any decent project in this sector, you're going to make money, right? And so just find some decent ones. I don't even, I'm not even at this point, with many of my bags already filled, I'm not even doing hours and hours of research on some of these small caps. If I like the narrative, if I like, if they have a working product and it looks decent, tokenomics look decent, I'll buy and ride the narrative. So that's about it. We've been on for over an hour, about an hour and a half. I want to thank you all for coming through. If you didn't already do so, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And what's Mo saying here? Danny, are you going to make a video on timing to sell altcoins? Yes, I am. I'm going to do it in a live stream. Absolutely, Mo. I'll be talking about it throughout this whole bull run. And as I sell, I'll talk to you guys. And that's just me and what I'm doing. And the truth is, I'm navigating these markets the same way you guys are navigating these markets. And so we're going to navigate these markets together. It's going to be fun. We're going to hopefully make a lot of money. And that's the bottom line. Danny the Bull said so. Thank you, Base Labs. Thank you, Mo Collections. Thank you, Cool Mo. And Cool Mo, join the Telegram if you haven't already. It's in the community section. If you're interested, or DM me on Twitter if you're on Telegram. Thank you, DK. Appreciate you. Thank you, Justin. I'll catch you guys in the next one, maybe tomorrow if I have some things to talk about and some free time. Peace. Catch you guys in the next one.